All right, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Happy February.
Hey,
February
February
1st today.
1st.
February 1st today. Who knew?
Okay.
This is the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kobold. I'm here with Max Faulkner. Max, did you know it was February today?
You know, you're the first to tell me. So that's a so no, I did not.
Well, love is in the air. We took a walk downtown today. There's red hearts on the flag poles and the light poles, and love is in the air. It's February.
Well, that's very sweet. I'm I am happy for you too for celebrating Valentine's Day early, I see.
We just went on a walk. Just went on a walk. Not
Huh?
no celebration. It was just hearts were posted. But
Hey,
now that we're into February, there's only one football game left. That's the Super Bowl.
yeah.
That's the Chiefs and the Eagles, both one seeds, both 14 win seasons. It's the matchup people probably wanted.
I mean, two number one seeds against each other. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Doesn't get much better than that. And with only one football game left to talk about, we're not going to be talking much football anymore on this
Huh?
podcast. With the award show last week, that kind of concluded our football talk. Now, of course, we'll still be getting back into football every once in a while. We're going to have a coaching carousel podcast about the new hires for the NFL. But right now, we're going to get into college basketball deep, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm stoked.
College basketball is the best. Okay. And we're going to explain to everyone why college basketball is such an incredible sport. All right. There's so many different factors why college basketball is one of the best sports. I'm telling you. And we'll get more detailed on that. But
For
first,
sure.
there's a big story. Breaking news.
Breaking
Tom
news.
Brady. Tom Brady has officially retired.
Tom
Now,
Tom Tom Brady's in the news again. I woke up to the breaking news.
yep.
Um, 2 years in a row, he has announced his retirement from the game.
Yeah. I mean, here's the one question. I'm just going to ask it right now. Is he for real? Can you believe him? That's the question. Do you believe he's retiring? Is Tom Brady
Yeah,
retiring?
yeah.
You think so?
I'd say yes. I mean, Christ, he's 45. Like he's
What if he goes
45.
to, what if he ends up getting traded to San Francisco, or he signs with San Francisco?
He signs with San Francisco. Then yeah, you definitely got to consider it.
Raiders?
I,
Would you waste your time?
Raiders? No,
No, wouldn't
no,
waste your time. Not Devontae
no.
Adams,
Of the
Josh Jacobs. No?
Raiders.
All right, all
Of
right.
the Raiders.
Sorry. But we'll go with the first one, 49ers.
I think Tom's done. Tom's done. He's 45. Um, Looked a little emotional on that video he sent today, but 23 seasons in the NFL. He's got his regular season and postseason record combined, 286 wins, 93 losses. That's nuts. 7-4 Super Bowl record, been to 11 Super Bowls, winning seven of them. Okay, that's not touched. That's not touched. Nobody's gonna touch that. Three regular season MVPs, 5 Super Bowl MVPs. He finishes his career with 89,214 passing yards, which is the all-time leader. He's also the all-time leader in touchdown throws with 649. All-time leader in completions with 7,753. Division titles with 19. Games started 333, and regular season wins by a starting quarterback with 251. Those are all-time records in the NFL.
Damn. I come on. When you hear all of this, why do we even debate who
You
is the
can't debate.
best quarterback of all time? You can't debate with those stats.
Oh, no debate here.
Yeah,
No
everyone's
debate
saying like,
here.
oh, maybe a Montana, and like, okay, great quarterback, but
Oh
no,
yeah.
like,
Oh
why
yeah.
isn't his stats up there?
7 Super Bowl wins. 7 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, he's the best ever. He's the best ever. Do you
You,
think?
hold
Yeah.
on. Before we get to that, 40 years old, he won an MVP. That's the oldest player to ever win an MVP. He won one at 40. Okay. He played the most seasons ever with one team. That was his 20 seasons with Big Bill and the Pats. And he's actually the only player to beat all 32 NFL teams. Now
That's amazing. That's
he's
amazing.
beaten every team.
He's the best ever. He's the best ever. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss Tom Brady.
Now, back to that video he posted, his farewell video or whatever. He mentioned that he had no regrets. Now, do you think he had any regrets after retiring last year and then coming back and going through that off the field divorce? Do you think
Oof.
he has any regrets about that?
Well, do you take him at his word, or is he just putting the poker face on while he says that?
Oh,
Because you lost you lost your wife. You know, that's you lost your wife, and she's gorgeous,
yep.
and I mean, it also affects the kids. You know, it's got to affect the kids. You know,
Affects
so
a lot of people. Yeah, it's unfortunate situation.
do you think that he's going to try to get her back? Do you think he's on board to say, "Hey, Giselle, I'm done. I'm done. Please take me back, baby."
I'm done.
I'm
I'm done
Tom
with
Brady,
that. I'm
baby.
done. I'm done throwing balls. I'm done throwing the pigskin. I mean, I don't know. He might be too prideful to go run back to that, but
Maybe, maybe.
might have been a situation of greed where he retired and he was like, hey, I want one more. Got greedy, lost his wife, came back, had an average season. Yeah, they made it to the playoffs, but weren't they like 8 and 9, 9 and 8?
Yeah, they were 8 and 9. They were done.
So might have been a situation of greed here from Tom Brady.
What if he's going to try to get her back over the summer? If she says no, how about this? If she says no, he's signing with San Francisco.
Oh, he says, "Screw retirement. Screw
Yeah,
retirement.
I'm
I got
back.
nothing else
I'm
to
back.
do." Okay. Well, that's
But if she says yes,
then he's
I'm
done.
done. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. What do you think? Well, then what do you think's going to happen? Is he going to be in a 49er uniform next year, battling it out with Brock Purdy and Jimmy G and Trey Lance? Is it going to be a
He'll be the
four-way?
starter. He'll
Yeah,
definitely be the starter.
yeah.
Jimmy G's
46.
done. Jimmy G's done.
He's gone. Jimmy G for the
Purdy's gonna be
Raiders.
out there, huh?
Jimmy G going to the Raiders.
I think Aaron Rodgers. I'll say it again. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to the Raiders. I'm calling
Okay.
it. I'm calling it right here, and don't tell Mama. He's gonna be the Raiders quarterback.
No, let her know.
All
Let your
right.
mama know.
All right.
Anything else on the GOAT, Tom Brady?
See you, Tom. I enjoyed watching you. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to watch you.
Pleasure, Tom.
Everyone's
Michigan
the best.
Wolverine. Michigan Wolverine. What was it? A sixth-round pick. He he worked his ass off, and he made himself into the player he is today. So nobody to do it like he did it at his age in any North American sport. So 7 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me until you get that. Moving to our college basketball talk. Very excited to have our first college ball pod of the season here. We're going to open up everyone with an updated top 10 poll from each of us.
Yeah.
Max,
Oh,
I assume you want to start at the top.
okay. At the very top, it is without question the Purdue Boilers. All right. The Purdue Boilers are by far the #1 team in the nation. They are outstanding.
Yes.
They are so much fun to watch. The movement, everybody touches the ball. Everyone's touching the ball. And then they clear room to give it to Edie so Edie could do a drop step dunk. It's you want to watch college basketball. You want to see what real basketball is. Watch Purdue, because Purdue shows teamwork. Everyone is touching the ball and everyone is playing defense. Purdue is #1, hands down.
Purdue is #1 hands down. It's not a debate. They actually received all, 64 votes in the AP poll. So they were unanimous #1, the first unanimous this season. They've got the player of the year on their team. He's unguardable at one end, and a huge force at the other.
2 blocks a
And
game, 2.5 a game, or 2.3. It's around those.
they're the fourth best offensive team in the nation. They got one loss in the season, first team to 20 wins. Purdue's number one.
Heck yeah. Really quick, just a shout out to Purdue, because I keep hearing all the analysts and all the telecasters while watching these games saying how Purdue, that their conditioning is unbelievable. Their conditioning's
Okay.
Hey, shout out to the Purdue kinesiology department. I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
That's where I got my
wow.
degree. That's
Shout
where I got.
out.
Come
Shout out.
on.
Your alma mater. Alma
Come
mater
on.
boilers.
We know what's
Boilers.
up. We know what's up. Purdue would not be looking this good without the
Yeah.
people that know what they're talking about in the kinesiology department. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Any professors you want to shout out right now?
Dr. Harper, I had Mrs. Blankenship. They were incredible. I have a lot of Gardner, Professor Gardner. I wonder if he's a doctor now, because I know he was going for it. He was a smart guy. He definitely got it. But plenty of others. But those are the three that are coming to mind.
Nice. Well, boiler up, and they're looking great right now. They're looking great right now. Who is your number two team in the nation right now on February 1st?
Number two, I nothing too crazy here. I do have Tennessee. Tennessee is a really good SEC team. That's a tougher division than it's looking like. Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky's still there. I think
Kentucky's
Arkansas
coming on.
having an on and off start, or Mizzou. Like, it's a battle in there, and Tennessee's really holding their own. I must say, they're big. They're big.
Tennessee's huge, man, and they beat Kansas in
Yep.
the championship game of I think it was the battle for the Bahamas
Mm.
over in Atlantis. And man, they played. I feel like They got four guys over 7 feet. They're massive and coached by Rick Barnes.
He's good. He's a good coach.
Just had a big win over his former team, Texas, this past weekend. I've got Tennessee third. Okay, I got Tennessee
Okay.
third.
All right.
I'm looking at their strength of schedule, sitting at 54th right now. Sitting at 54th strength of schedule. So
Okay.
I couldn't put them at third. I couldn't put them at third. Sorry, I couldn't put them at two. I got them at
Gotcha.
three.
Yeah.
They're actually the first ranked defense in the nation. First ranked
Wow.
defense, Tennessee.
Okay.
With all that length and that height at the rim,
Yeah.
they're holding teams in the 50s. But my number two team, pretty good team. They dropped a big game. Dropped a big game Saturday. Got smacked. But I didn't drop them. I didn't drop them in my poll because I'm still confident in them. It's Bama, Alabama, 19-3. They're still 9-0 in the SEC. They lost to Oklahoma over the weekend, so they're still undefeated in the SEC. Smacked them. They're third in the net. I like Alabama. Got a freshman starting, Brandon Miller. Alabama's number two for me.
I got Alabama number 3, so we can move on from there. Alabama's really good. They started out really good too. They were looking great. Pretty decent strength of schedule that you can maybe verify for me, Breezy. But
strength of schedule is 11th, and that's why I have them over Tennessee. That big gap right there. They won at Houston. They got a win at Houston. Alabama did. So that I got them at number 2.
A quick question: Alabama and Tennessee, have they faced together? Have they faced each other yet this year?
They have not played each other. Let's take a look at when they do. It's got to be here soon.
Yep. This is a game that you're going to want to watch, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5 teams. I'm telling you, these guys are good. It is top-notch basketball.
Unfortunately, they only play once this year. It is at Tennessee, Wednesday the 15th. So 2 weeks from tonight.
We'll be talking about that.
2 weeks from tonight at Tennessee.
Yeah.
So that's gotta be on your TV.
Yep.
Who is your 4th ranked team in the nation?
Number 4, I think it's pretty modest. Houston, University of Houston. They're a great team. They're going to run away with that division. There's no competition in the American Conference. That's really all I got to say. They're good. They're good. Last year, was it a Final Four or Elite 8?
I think they went to the Final Four 2 years ago. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. By the way,
Um,
they're a great team. Coached very well too.
Coached very well by Kelvin Sampson.
Yep.
Houston number 4 for you. I got him at number 5. I got
Yep.
him lower because they're 79th ranked strength of schedule. That's
Yeah.
probably not going to
The
go up.
division sucks.
It's
Division sucks.
probably not going to go up. First in the net, second at KenPom. But they just dropped a big game here. And we're going to look this up. They just dropped a 1-point home loss to Temple. Okay, I don't know if you've kept up with Temple this year, but
Nope.
the Temple Owls are 14-9. They got losses to Wagner, Vanderbilt, St. John's, Richmond, Penn, Ole Miss, Maryland, Eastern Shore, Tulane, and Memphis. Okay, and this team just went into Houston and beat them. Now,
Oh, Houston was sleeping. Houston was sleeping. They thought they were just going to smack them, and they were the ones that got a backhand right to the ass.
they got they got a owl. What kind of they have wings? Owls have wings or what? They got a wing to the back of the
They
ass.
got wings. Yeah, owls are definitely have wings.
I can't put Houston at 4. I got them at 5
Okay.
because that puzzling loss to me. 56-55 at home.
Yeah, bad game. Bad game.
Bad game. Number 4 for me is actually the defending
Yeah.
national champions,
I was
boys.
waiting. I was waiting.
Kansas Jayhawks, number 4. Number 4 on the board for me. Just got a big win at Kentucky over on last Saturday.
Yep.
Got a big revenge win last night against
Yeah.
K-State, double-digit
Yeah.
win. That was very satisfying last night. And the Big 12's great. This is the first Big 12 team that we've mentioned. Second ranked strength of schedule for the Jayhawks. Second strength of schedule. I love Bill Self. He's probably the best coach in the game.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely get into a debate about coaches at some point.
Definitely.
But I love my Kansas Jayhawks. Got going on the road at Iowa State this Saturday.
That's going to be another great game, by the way, for Kansas. A pretty strong stretch right here to show how good of a team they are. I have them at 5. All right. I like Kansas a lot. Again, Jalen Wilson.
I'm just sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I just don't want to get upset over here. But you have Houston above Kansas.
Right now, yeah. Kansas lost a terrible one against TCU at home by like 23.
A ranked TCU team at home.
By 23 at home?
But a 9-loss Temple team can go into Houston.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
But they lost by it's a 1-point battle. It's when Temple's like, hey, we're going to put it all out on the line in this game because they want to take the top team.
It happens.
So that's all I got right now. Better record.
The 23-point home loss to TCU is puzzling. Yes, that's inexcusable right there.
Something happened there because they went on a 3-game losing streak.
Anything else you want to say about Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks?
Just a well-coached team. Never count out Kansas. Jalen Wilson, probably number 2 for Player of the Year. We'll get detailed on him later.
I like Jalen Wilson. Talked about him before.
Good.
Made a big leap this year. He is the guy. He is the man, averaging I think 21 a game now. So he's up there.
Yeah.
Who's your number 6 team in the nation as of February 1st?
You know what? I'm not going to jump out of Kansas because I think Kansas has got a great basketball state right now. I'm going Kansas State at number 6.
Wow,
Kansas
even with
State
that loss last night.
took down Kansas. They lost to Kansas, but that's a great loss. You're not dropping out of the top 10 because you lost to Kansas. No way.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I like the way the Kansas State plays. They drive the ball. You probably watched that game last night. They just continue to keep driving it and driving in the lane. They break down defenses more. They just, they had an off night. They made some turnovers, but
Yeah. They gave up 90 points. Lost by 12. They've lost 2 of their last 3. They lost at Iowa State last Tuesday.
Oh.
And they've dropped 3 of their last 6. So because of that, I've actually got to disagree with you. I don't have them. I don't have K-State. Yep. And I could very well be wrong, but that win over Kansas was a 1 point win in overtime. That could have very well been a loss.
Yeah.
I but I don't have Kansas State anywhere. They dropped uh, a margin of spots in a few rankings over last night. So I don't have my top 10. I don't.
All right. Fair enough.
But my number 6 team is actually from the Big 12 still. I think we're going to be talking about a couple Big 12 teams here. I got Hook 'em Horns. Let's go Longhorns. Or I went like
UCU?
this. I think it's like this. Texas. Hook 'em Horns.
Okay.
The Longhorns.
Yeah.
Okay. The Longhorns are 18-4, 7-2 in the Big 12, which is good for first. They're a good team. It's unfortunate what happened, what Chris Beard did, their coach. And so they have an interim coach right now, but Texas is good. Texas is good. They just lost at Tennessee on Saturday, but they got the big win against Baylor at home on Big Monday.
Yeah.
So Texas is in first in the best conference in the nation. So number 6 for me.
I have Texas at number 9. I had
Hook
them
'em
a little
Horns.
bit lower. A little
You
bit
got them
lower.
low. Got 'em low.
Yeah, you know what? I guess for me, I think morale is a huge thing in the locker room, and it seems like they're holding together. It seems like the firing of Coach Beard doesn't not affecting them too much.
I don't
But
think so.
it does worry me. It does worry me. You know, going into this next month, we'll see. We'll see. But they are playing well. That's why they're in my top 10.
Yeah. Little low. Little low.
Yeah.
Did you say you're not? Yeah, you said K-State was your 6. Who's your 7?
Number 7, we're gonna go over to the Pac-12. Okay, I got the Arizona Wildcats. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, don't sleep on the Pac-12 because I'm gonna say that right. I'm living out here in California, and all I'm gonna say is I always have slept on the Pac-12 when I'm doing my bracket, and then the one tournament a couple tournaments ago when UCLA, Oregon State, there
The
might have been one
Beavs.
more.
The
Which one?
Beavs. Oregon State Beavs. UCLA was from the first 4, went all the way to the Final 4.
Yep.
The Pac-12 made some noise. USC knocked off Kansas. Yeah,
Yep.
the Pac-12 made some noise a couple years ago.
So
And
don't.
I'll be right there with you. Number 7 is Arizona for me. Had the big win over UCLA.
Yeah.
They're still trailing. Are they trailing UCLA still in the Pac? I believe they are. Let me get this fresh Pac-12. They're a half game behind UCLA. UCLA's 8-2. Arizona's 8-3 in the conference. That conference is definitely coming down to the 2 of those teams.
Yep.
And that'll lead me right into my number 8 team is UCLA.
Nice.
Yeah. They're the number 4 defensive team, 5th in the net, third at Ken Palm. They got some good rankings there, and UCLA is really good.
Yeah. I got UCLA number 10.
Okay.
So that's my 10th, top 10 here. I do like UCLA. I think Cronin has really transformed UCLA into this. Cronin's awesome. He was great at Cincinnati with who he had, and then now he's got a big time. UCLA is a big time school. A lot of history there. Like 10 championships with John Wooden. 10.
They're blue blood.
Right.
They're blue blood.
So I wouldn't count UCLA out ever, but right now they're at 10 just because I think the Pac-12 is a little bit weak. I think Arizona. I am saying don't sleep on the Pac-12. I'm not. As far as these top 3 teams, which would be Arizona, UCLA, and then what, USC? And USC is like drops down quite a bit after
maybe Utah. Maybe Utah will be on the bubble.
Maybe. I think it's a weak conference right now. So
it is a weak conference.
But they're doing great in it, so that's why they're at number 10 for me.
I got UCLA at number 8. Max, who's your number 8?
I'm going to the ACC, the leaders of the ACC, Virginia. Okay. University of Virginia. They just play hard defense, and they got some senior leadership in Brandon Clark. I think is it Brandon Clark or
Kihei.
I'm thinking of an NBA player. I know.
Grizzlies. Is he? You just picked him up in fantasy, probably. That's why. Or watch this.
Probably not.
Kihei Clark. It seems like he's been there forever.
Yeah. How many seasons? It's got to be like 7.
It might be.
Got a full-grown beard now. I got him at 8, so I got Virginia at 8.
I got Virginia at 10. They're the best team in the ACC right now. Only ACC team I'm going to talk about today.
Mm.
Virginia, another very well coached team.
Yeah, championship.
Who is your number 9?
Number 9 was Texas, and we already talked about that. Yeah.
And then I'll give you another Big 12 team here, even though they're coming off a loss. They had a big win streak. It's the Baylor Bears, coached by Scott Drew.
Mm.
Coached by Scott Drew. That Texas that loss at Texas on Monday on the road. That's not a bad loss, but they had a 1, 2, 3, 4. They had a 6-game winning streak going in that game. One of those wins, obviously, over Kansas. So I got the Baylor Bears at number 9, led by their guards again.
They were my number 11 right now.
Okay.
Baylor's creeping up. They're going to be up there.
They're going to be up there.
Very, very well coached. It's a
Well
great basketball school.
And why don't you finish with your 10th? Because my 10th was the Virginia Cavaliers.
We already talked about UCLA. They're number 10.
Okay,
So
well, great.
That's our top 10, everybody.
That's our top 10. I got what, 3 Big 12 teams here? I got 3 Big 12 teams in my top 10. I think it's the best conference.
It sounds like a little bit of fair weather over there.
Well, I mean, they people, what do they have? 6 teams in the top 15? 6 teams in the top 15.
It definitely seems like they're the best conference for sure. I agree. I think that the Big 12 that does have the best conference. So fair enough. I understand your top 10. They're all good teams.
And I think you having Houston over Kansas might be the biggest surprise for me out of your poll. Okay, with that home loss to Temple, 9 loss Temple, 9
boys lost 3 in a row. You boys lost 3
Temple
in a row.
Okay, well, let me pull up that 3-game losing streak for you. Because if you get out of the Big 12 without a 3-game losing streak this year, you're going to be lucky. That 3-game losing streak at 13 K-State, at home to 14th ranked TCU, and then at 17th Baylor. Now, come on, those are 3 tough games.
Yeah,
you get out of the Big 12 this year without a 3-game losing streak. You're going to be looking at a conference championship. You're going to be looking at a 1 seed, and you're going to be looking good. Houston over Kansas, little bamboozling. Moving on Monday, we had the late season Wooden Award top 20 watch announced, and we got a lot of guys on this list. Real quickly, we might as well run through them. We got Armando Bacot from North Carolina. Max, if you want to tell us about Armando?
Armando Bacot. The fact that he stayed this year at UNC excited me, considering the success that they had last year going all the way to the championship. This guy was a stud. Watching that UNC play in that tournament was amazing. They were playing some
8 seed. Weren't they? They were an 8 seed.
8 seed going to the championship.
Had what, a 16-point lead in that championship? Had a 16-point lead, I believe, over these guys. Yeah, Bill Self went to the locker room, put his head to it, and figured some stuff out. But what were you saying?
Fair enough. Well, where are we? Where did you go? Where did you go, Breezy?
Sorry.
So Armando Bacot this season is averaging 17.9 points, 11.4 rebounds. He's shooting at a 57.8 field goal percentage. Okay. And then let's check out his last 3 games. Okay.
He's big.
Okay. He had 20 and 16, 23 and 18, and then 18 and 8. All right. Whoa. Okay. This guy is killing it on the boards, and he's scoring a lot. One thing I want to say about Armando Bacot was when he got hurt in the Final Four, he sprained his ankle, and then the guy was limping up and down the court. Limping up and down the court, kept playing.
That's great.
And then when they were asking him, "Hey, are you going to be able to play in the championship?" He said, I'll be there. I'll be there." Yeah. And you know that he was not 100%. You know he wasn't, and he still played in that championship. Nothing was going to keep him out of it. That's a guy. Oh my gosh, I love that. Get that. Try that in the NBA. I'm telling you right now. They're
4 to 6 weeks.
They're going to sit out 4 straight games in the playoffs.
4 to 6 weeks in the regular season.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Armando Bacot just became the all-time leader in double-doubles for North Carolina, and He
Amazing.
also became the all-time leading rebounder in Tar Heel history. Now, trivia time for you, Max. Can you tell me who Armando Bacot passed for the
This is
rebounding leader for North Carolina? He came out and presented him the ball. He was there. He was there at the game.
um
It's a Tar Heel legend.
Williams, right?
Williams.
No.
Uh,
Oh
you
no,
just
shit. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about
just
Duke.
throw
I'm thinking about Duke.
just,
Ah,
just
man, what
throw
was
out a
my?
name.
That's disrespectful.
That is
Oh man.
disrespectful.
UNC all-time leading
Tar
rebounder.
Heels. The Tar Heels. Armando Bacot just passed him about 10 days ago. He was at the game, presented him the ball. It's a
Tyler
Tar
Hansbrough.
Tyler Hansborough,
Tyler
bro. Nice,
Hansbrough.
nice, nice one. Nice
Wow,
one.
that's I, Tyler Hansbrough was a baller, man. He was a baller. Hard player.
Pacers had him for a couple of years. I
Yeah,
liked Hansborough. I liked
yeah,
Hansborough. Uh, a true college basketball player right there.
yeah.
Anything else about Armando Bacot?
If UNC is on TV, watch him. This guy is an exciting player to watch.
Yeah, they are. Moving on to a couple of other guys on the Wooden Award late season top 20. We got Kendrick Davis at Memphis, Zach Edey, your big dog, obviously at Purdue, who's got to be the leader here. We're just going through. Kyle Filipowski at Duke, the freshman. Trace Jackson Davis, who's been really hot lately for
Yeah.
IU, just pounding the boards. Jaime Jaquez at UCLA, Mike Miles at TCU, Brandon Miller, the freshman star at Bama. Chris Murray at Iowa, big leap after his twin brother left. Big leap for Chris Murray at Iowa. We got Marquise Noel, the little guy at K-State. Jalen Pickett at Penn State. Marcus Sasser at Houston. Terquavion Smith at NC State. And let's not forget last year's winner, Oscar Tshiebwe, still banging boards at Kentucky. We got Azuolas Tubelis at Arizona. We got Jalen Wilson, who we've talked about a few times on here from the Kansas Jayhawks. We got Isaiah Wong from Miami. Three more guys that we want to highlight on the Wooden Award late season watch list. We got Antoine Davis. Now, this guy is not a household name. Do you know Antoine Davis?
What team we talking about here?
Talking about Detroit Mercy of the
What?
Horizon of the
I've
Horizon
never
League.
heard of that. That is not what? That's a college?
Detroit Mercy, okay? Antoine Davis. Do you remember Mike Davis, the old IU Hoosiers coach that took
Yeah.
over for Bob Knight? So Mike Davis is actually the head coach at Detroit Mercy now, and this is his son, okay?
Oh, okay.
Antoine Davis is averaging just over 26 points a game. He's leading the nation in scoring by a couple points. He's actually the second all-time leader in college basketball history.
What?
He's the second leader at all-time scorer in college basketball history. Can you tell me who the NCAA leader is for points in a career?
Career meaning 4 years. We're talking 4 years here.
Well, just college career,
So it could be
because
up to 4 years.
Antoine Davis is actually in his fifth year. Okay, so this is why he has accumulated these points. He is second all time in college
Um,
basketball history. Who is the leader in most points ever in college basketball
uh,
history? And I'll give you a range of when he played if you need it.
is it Michael Jordan?
Nope.
Okay.
Only 3 years at UNC, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I'm just.
This
Yeah.
guy played in the SEC. Okay, that this team is in the SEC now. They were probably in the, I don't know what conference they were in the late 60s, early 70s. Okay, this is when this guy played. Now you know him. You know him. He's got a nickname out there.
I have no idea.
It is Pistol Pete Maravich.
Whoa.
Played at LSU. Okay, and this is so. Antoine Davis currently has 3,332 points. Okay. Pistol Pete's sitting at 3,667. So it's about 235 there, or 335 points away. Okay. If Antoine Davis can make a run through the Horizon League, play a couple games, he could reach it. But the thing about Pistol Pete is that he did that in 3 years with no 3-point line.
What?
Okay. Okay.
Come on.
Pistol
That's
Pete.
ridiculous.
Pistol Pete holds the all-time points per game record. In 1970, he averaged 44 and a half a game. Pistol Pete Maravich, 44 and a half points per game in 1970. This guy's the all-time leading scorer with no 3-point line and only played 3 years. But we
What a
wanted to
man.
we wanted to highlight Antoine Davis here. Plays for Detroit Mercy. He's part of that late season top 20 watch list. Leading the nation in scoring, has a chance to break the all-time scoring record. Yes, he has the 3-point line and 2 extra years to do it, but he has a chance to put his name in the record books.
That's awesome. Good for this guy because I never heard of him. I hope that he's able to take his team to March Madness, but I don't think his team probably sucks, no?
The Detroit Mercy Titans are sitting at 8-15 overall, 4-8 in the Summit League, third to last. Barely better than my alma mater, the IUPUI Jaguars. Okay, they're in that conference.
Oh yeah. How many losses this year? They're at 21.
My alma mater. Oh, they're 3-20. They're 3-20, 0-12 in the Horizon League. And I actually looked today. Out of 363 Division I teams, IUPUI is ranked 360th in efficiency.
That blows, man.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Okay, you're in Indianapolis. You got great high school basketball in Indianapolis. If you want to go see some high school ball, go to Indianapolis. There's so much talent in the city.
Yeah.
How can we not get anybody to IUPUI? But we'll get on that on another topic. Max, you want to hit on Drew Timme for us. Drew Timme was a late season award watch list candidate.
Yeah. Drew Timme, okay, if you're sleeping on Gonzaga, you'd think that this is the year that you would be sleeping on him. Purdue took him down big time, by the way. But if there's one guy that I'm really excited about, who came back for his senior year, it's Drew Timme. We've been talking about this guy since he was a sophomore.
Oh man.
And if you've ever watched Drew Timme play, watch his feet.
Oh,
he's like a ballerina.
Like what I was gonna say.
It's unbelievable. His spin ability down in the post. It's unbelievable. How he doesn't travel is like he can be twisting on his big toe like a ballerina, and then and then he scores a lot. This guy's averaging 21.4 points. He's averaging 7.5 rebounds, modest, 3.4 assists. Hey, the other night against Pacific, this guy put up 38 points. Okay.
Jeez.
38. Okay. There's only 2 other guys that have done that this year. And that is your Jalen Wilson. And guess who else? Zachy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big dog for sure. And glad he came back for his senior year. Last player that was on the top 20 watch list here was Keontae Johnson. Now, also not a household name here. He plays for the Wildcats of Kansas State, big time player in the Big 12. He is currently averaging just over 18 points and almost 8 rebounds a game. 18 and 8 is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Now he was going into the 2020-21 season. He was the preseason SEC Player of the Year at Florida. Okay, he was at Florida. He was the preseason SEC Player of the Year. Okay. Now, if you remember, I think it was December 12th. I can't remember who they're playing. Timeout's called. Go to the bench. We're coming back out after the huddle, and he collapses face down on the court.
Oh, yeah.
Collapses face down on the court. Very scary scene. He ended up being diagnosed with acute myocarditis. That's inflammation of the heart.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, and that could be brought on by the COVID-19 virus. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he stayed with the team. He wasn't cleared to play. He tries to come back next year. SEC doesn't clear him. Florida doesn't clear him. Okay. He stays with the team the whole season. They don't clear him. So he says, screw this. I want to play. Transfers to K-State. The Big 12 clears him. K-State clears him. And now he's averaging 18 and 8. He's a top 20 candidate for the Wooden Award. And it's great to see.
Unbelievable that he wants to keep playing. It's just a guy. It just shows how much he loves the game. That's why he's not even having an episode like that isn't going to stop him from playing what he loves and at a competitive level.
Yeah, very
So
scary.
it is scary.
Scary.
But man, I get it. If you're so passionate about something, it's so hard to just give it up. It really
You're
is. Like
right.
you probably have heard. He might be one of those players that say, I will play until I die. Like,
Yeah. You have to
and,
pull me off the court.
well, yeah. So, uh, well,
And
good for him. Good for
yeah,
him.
yeah. Another scary episode that we had in the college basketball world this past week was a guy, Clemson guard, Brevin Galloway. Okay, in his sixth year, he played at Charleston, I believe, for 4 years. Then he went to Boston College. I saw him play Notre Dame last year, and now he's at Clemson. And he last week he woke up just any other day. He went to the gym, got a nice lift in, came back, took a nap, and he woke up to a pretty disturbing scenario. Max, what happened?
Oh, well, let's hear a little quote unquote from this guy. Okay.
Yes, let's get a quote
He
from him.
goes, I don't know what happened to my balls. I guess they were trying to be like basketballs, quote unquote, by the
Okay,
way.
what does that mean?
But we made it. Now I'm going to be spoiled for the next 48 hours, and I will be back in a uniform shortly.
So the Clemson came out and said he had an abdominal issue, and
Mm.
a quote from Brevin himself said he said my balls exploded. So I guess they enlarged, they got really big, and within 3 hours he was already done under surgery, and they got his testicles back to their correct size.
Whoa. How did they get it back to the correct size? So like did they have to pump them back up? Kind of like you ever play Mario Party where you have to pull up the
Deflated.
balloons? They got the lever, they're like just pump them up, go,
Well,
go.
well, they were already pumped up. They were already pumped up, so they might have had to like to put a needle in there and deflate some air. I don't know. I'm not a.
Put a little
We'll
bubble gum to clog up the hole. They just put a little bubble gum on it.
we'll have to get somebody that knows something about the other side of the knife. A
Yeah.
medical opinion. We'll have to get a medical opinion in here. But it could have been a testicular torsion,
Oh,
which I actually had
oh,
as a freshman in high school. I went under the knife for a testicular torsion. My left testicle shriveled up, and
oh.
they had to do some surgery there. But I believe Brevin said that he experienced his um, testicles going into his stomach, which which is something I experienced with my left testicle. So it could have been a testicular torsion for
Oh.
Brevin, but who knows? His balls got big, mine shriveled up. Who knows?
Who knows what really happens other than the doctors? Doctors will tell you.
We got to get we got three nurses in our fantasy football league. It's a 10-person league, and three of them are nurses. I think that's
No,
a pretty high
pretty high.
percentage. I think somebody's gonna have to come on and give us a medical opinion about
Yep.
the ballooning of testicles
Yep.
and the shriveling. Give us both sides. Moving on, our last segment of the day. We got five games that we want to preview here. Five big juicy
Yeah.
matchups of the weekend. Okay, all these games are actually happening on Saturday. They all involve both teams being ranked actually. So we
Yeah.
got 10 of the top 25 teams in the AP poll. 10 of them are right here. We're going to talk about them right now. First game at noon Eastern. We got the number 8 in the AP poll. Number 8, Kansas Jayhawks.
Mm.
A little low if you ask me. Number 8, Kansas Jayhawks going on the road to take on the 13th ranked Iowa State Cyclones. You can watch that on ESPN.
Gonna be a good one. That's a fun one to watch.
It's going to be a great one. I you know Kansas is hot right now, so I'm obviously taking my Kansas Jayhawks. I think that goes without being said. These teams have
Kansas.
already these teams have already played this year. It was at Kansas, obviously, and it was a good game. Kansas won by 2. Came down to the wire.
Damn.
Grady Dick, freshman star, led us with 21. But I'm going with the season sweep of the Cyclones.
I like it. I'm also going Kansas. I got nothing else to say about it. It's a great game. Put it on.
Put it on. ESPN, noon Eastern. Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern, we got the 25th ranked Bruce Pearl led Auburn Tigers going to take on Tennessee, number 2 in the AP poll. This game's also going to be on ESPN. We got some games on ESPN here Saturday.
Yep.
Tennessee's hot right now. Auburn's not on their level. Going Volunteers at home.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Volunteers, but just because we see number 25 Auburn going all the way, I mean, like they're, it's 2 and then 25 all the way up the top. So you're thinking like, oh, this is quite a big gap. I think Tennessee's just going to wail on them. I think this could be a really good game. Auburn's coached by Bruce Pearl, and he really knows how to get it done. So I think it's going to be a close game, but I am going Tennessee. Come on, you got to go. Tennessee's really good.
Auburn Tigers are 16-5 overall, 6-2 in the SEC. Tennessee's trying to keep pace with Bama. Tennessee at home.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got a 4 o'clock Eastern game. We got a big game here in the Big Ten rivalry, in-state rivalry.
Yeah.
We got the number 1 ranked Purdue Boilermakers going on the road to take on the Hoosiers of IU. 21st in the AP poll, the Hoosiers. This game's also going to be on ESPN. This game's going to be good. They haven't played this year, correct?
Nope. First of the season, and then the very last game of the season, they're coming to our house.
Okay.
So can't wait for Saturday. This is going to be so much fun. Purdue versus IU games are always a great game. Rivalry games in any sport really is always a great game, and this is one of the best games that you're going to get. They always go back and forth with each other. Zach Edey versus Trace Jackson Hayes. You kidding me?
Jackson
Davis. You kidding me?
That's going to be a fist fight. That's going to be a fist fight. Okay. Body's going to be hitting the floor. All right.
Yeah.
Now, when the season started, if I would have told you on February 1st that we'd only have 2 teams ranked from the Big Ten in the AP poll, what would you tell me?
Well, I wouldn't have expected that. No way. Big Ten is always known for a big basketball conference, but this year, I wouldn't even say like, oh, they're a weak conference. We're just beating up each other. Like that. That's everyone's losing, like taking one and
besides the Boilers,
one giving one.
Except Purdue,
who's just kicking everyone's ass.
And besides Minnesota, okay, they're getting their ass beat. 1-9 in the Big Ten. 1-9.
They blow.
Okay.
But everyone else is just exchanging games. Even Northwestern's up there. Like, what? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indiana last night lost on the road at Maryland. Maybe got caught looking ahead to that rivalry game, wasn't taking the Terrapins serious. And I don't think Xavier Johnson's back yet, point guard. So I'm going to go Boilers.
Go Boilers.
Go Boilers. How can you go against a 1-loss Boilers team in February? You'd be silly. Another game at 4 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. This one's going to be on ESPN too. You might have to have 2 screens, okay, for both of these games. You got number 10 Texas at number 7 K-State.
Oof.
Top 10 battle. This is a juicy one in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got in this one?
I'm gonna go Kansas State. I'm gonna go. They're gonna heat up. They're gonna heat up. They took a bad loss to Kansas, and they're like, you know what, we can't go 2 in a row in this conference. We don't want to drop out of the rankings here. I think it's gonna be a great game against Texas, but Kansas State, I like them. That's why I have them as number 6. So come on.
Yeah, you got K-State number 6. I don't even have them in my top 10. If we remember, January 3rd, K-State went on the road at Texas, put up 116 at Texas, 116-103, big win. So Texas is coming back, looking for some revenge. Boy, this is a tough one here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think Texas is the better team.
Hmm.
That
Okay.
I mean, K-State put up 116 on them though, so that's crazy. I'm gonna say,
State, what they already faced, and Kansas State put up 116 on them.
yeah, you didn't hear me say that.
I'm sorry. I thought I,
They,
I thought I
Jan-
heard wrong. I just thought I heard wrong. I was like, wait, hold
January
on.
3rd, January 3rd, they
That
went
literally slapped me in the face. I was like, what? What?
just January 3rd, they went to Texas, put up 116 on them in a big win. They also gave up 103, so it doesn't look like there was a lot of defense there that night.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I'm gonna say Texas gets some revenge, goes on the road. Texas is hot. Let me see. Let me see their recent run here for the Longhorns. Hook 'em horns. You know they've just lost that game at Tennessee Saturday. That was a tough one. Bounced back with that Baylor win on Monday night. I'm gonna say that Texas size because K-State's got little guards. Marquise
Yeah,
Noel is really small. He might be like 5'7", 5'8".
quick though. He's quick.
He's quick, but he's not gonna get a layup off. He ain't gonna shoot. He's not shooting anything in the
Gonna
paint.
get those bigs to jump.
He's gonna get those. Do they have to? Do they have to?
I'm just saying that because he's got some good fake moves, like little
I
hesitation.
don't think they have to jump to block him though. I think they can just go, just put their arms up. I'm going
That's
Longhorns.
what they're practicing on. That they're
Hook 'em,
practicing this week. Don't
hook
jump.
'em,
Don't jump. Just hands up.
hook 'em horns. I'm going Longhorns on the road.
All right.
Last game we want to talk about. This is a West Coast Conference game,
Yeah.
and we got Drew Timme and the Zags, 12th ranked Zags, going on the road. Play the Gales of St. Mary's, ranked 18th. This one's at 10:30 Eastern. You might have to record this if you're on the East Coast. You can't stay up
Yeah.
late.
Might be in bed. Might be Betty by. Might be
Might be
sleeping.
Betty by. This one's going to be on ESPN if you want to record it though. What do you think about Gonzaga? Are they vulnerable?
Absolutely. I think that this is the year that they show that they're vulnerable, but this division is always just so it's so terrible, man. They just suck. There's only two teams in that division that actually do well, and it's these two teams, Gonzaga and St. Mary's. So,
Yep.
I would like to know the overall record against each other, but I'm guaranteeing that Gonzaga has their number always. Maybe
Has to.
St. Mary's took one before.
Has to. Has to.
I'm not changing that. I'm going Gonzaga until I can see otherwise from any other team in that division that shows that they can compete with Gonzaga. I'm not going against them. Gonzaga.
Okay. This is going to be a good game. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a third team from the West Coast Conference just to mention a third team. We got the Lions of Loyola Marymount who went into Gonzaga and beat them. Okay, they're third in the conference right now, so I think we got to mention them. I mean,
Okay.
they're not gonna be a bubble team or anything, but the fact that they went in to Gonzaga boys, okay, beat them 68-67 a week and a half ago. That's a big win. But St. Mary's is on a 10-game win streak. Okay,
Nice.
and St. Mary's has some good computer numbers. St. Mary's is 7th at KenPom. Okay, they're 5th in defense, and they're sixth in the net. So they
Wow.
got some good numbers. Yeah, for some reason the computers like them. So because of that, I'm going to go opposite you again here. I'm going to go the Gales
Oh,
of St. Mary's at home. They're on a
okay.
10-game win streak, like I said, and we got a battle for the conference this year. St. Mary's is 8-0 right now. Gonzaga is 7-1 with that one loss. So if St. Mary's wins this game, goes up by 2, that's St. Mary's could definitely knock off the
Yeah.
Bulldogs.
I hope I'm proved wrong. Exactly what I was just complaining about, or what I was expressing. If St. Mary's can actually show that, that'd be so sweet. I'm tired of Gonzaga always winning that division. Like, I think they're trying to move to a different conference. Good. Like,
There's
show
been
some
talks, yeah.
competition for yourself
There's been
because
talks.
yeah. So
They should
I hope so. But go St. Mary's, but I am picking Gonzaga. I'm just basing it off of history, man.
based on speaking of history, Mark Few got there in 1999. Okay, 1999-2000 season was Mark Few's first season. and every year they've won it, but 2 years. Okay, they've won the conference every year but 2 years, and those 2 years they've gotten second. So
Wow.
Gonzaga controls the West Coast Conference. I mean, that's a lot of division titles. That's a lot of March Madness appearances, and they've got one championship game to show for it, but no rings. No rings for Mark Few. No banners.
Yeah, true.
I'm going to the Gales of St. Mary's, like I said, going up 2 games in the West Coast Conference. That's going to be a good game Saturday night.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up our first college basketball podcast of the season. Let us know what everybody thinks. Throw us some comments. Throw us your top 10.
Give us a top 10. Give some game picks.
If you think Houston over Kansas is crazy like I do, let us know. Because
or do you think Tom Brady's playing next season, or is he going back to Gazelle?
Is he going to the Niners? Is he screwing around with the Raiders? Let us know. And we had our big award show last week. That's coming soon, Max.
Yeah,
that's gonna.
So the award show will probably be posted this Friday. I want to bet on that. If not Friday, sorry, this weekend. We'll say this weekend. How about that? All right. But this episode will definitely,
Can't wait to see it, and this episode will be up soon. Yeah. And watch these games, because there's some juicy ones on tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday all day. Get ready.
Hell yeah.
Thanks.
College. Best sport out there.
It's the best sport. It's the best time of year. We're getting deep into it right now.
Purdue 3:30. Can't wait. I'm watching right after this.
Should be a blowout. But thank you for listening. Thanks for the time you spent on this, and we'll talk to everybody next week. Have a great week.
Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast.
Tell Mama, don't tell her.